The man was pulled against the iron bar. He immediately reached for a weapon, but the other hand was held by the prisoner. Another prisoner saw this and shouted for help. Then the prisoner reached for the man's crotch. The man was restrained. He noticed the light bulb above getting brighter. With the sound of the bulb exploding, the prisoner let go of the man. The other prisoner was still shouting for help. The prisoner sat on the bed and started coughing violently. Suddenly, many bugs flew out of his mouth. The bugs turned to ash in the air. The man had no idea what the prisoner had done. The prisoner was drenched in sweat. He said, "I cured your illness," and said he was very tired, then collapsed on the bed to sleep. The man, half believing, went to the bathroom. He found that his urethritis was gone. The man's wife, to thank the prisoner, made cornbread for him. The red-haired prisoner also wanted some, but the prisoner didn't give him any. The red-haired prisoner started insulting him. The man stepped forward and told the red-haired one to shut up, but the red-haired prisoner turned and spit in the man's face. The man let it go for now, but the red-haired prisoner pushed further. He peed on a guard's foot. This guard wasn't going to let it slide. The guard taught him a lesson. He turned on the water hose and blasted him. There was an old prisoner in the jail. The old man had a smart mouse. It listened to him well, and even performed tricks for him. The old man loved the mouse, but the prison guard Jack was a cruel man. Every time the mouse came out to find food, Jack would try his hardest to kill it. Other guards thought he was unreasonable. He often used his connections, and ignored the other guards. Some guards wanted to beat him, but he threatened them, said if they touched him, he'd get them fired. The man told him to stop being arrogant. If he made more threats, they'd beat him even if they lost their jobs. Jack went too far again. He scared the old man so badly he fell. Just as he was showing off, the red-haired prisoner suddenly grabbed him in a chokehold. The red-haired prisoner kissed Jack, and touched him with his hands. Jack was so scared he peed himself. The old man laughed and called him a coward. Jack was upset and cried. From then on, Jack and the old man had a grudge. One day the old man was playing with the mouse. The wheel accidentally rolled away. The mouse followed it outside. Suddenly Jack stepped on it and crushed it. The man screamed in pain. He felt helpless. He looked at the dying mouse. Jack walked away satisfied, and the old man cried in sorrow. Suddenly the prisoner reached out for the mouse. The man handed it to him. The prisoner took it and blew on it. Soon his palm began to glow. Suddenly he started coughing. Countless bugs flew from his mouth. The mouse came back to life miraculously. Everyone witnessed the prisoner's power. The old man was very grateful. The guards wanted to kick Jack out of the prison. Jack said he'd leave if he was allowed to run one execution. On a stormy day, it was the old man's execution day. The old man sat in the electric chair. When Jack grabbed the sponge, he didn't wet it on purpose. As the execution neared, the man noticed there were no ripples in the bucket, and no water on the floor. But it was already too late. When the switch was flipped, the old man screamed in pain, but they couldn't stop it anymore. The prisoners could feel his pain. Everyone sensed something was wrong. Smoke rose from the old man's body. People wanted to escape. Even Jack turned away in fear. Afterwards the guards wanted to beat Jack, but the man held them back.